Hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the custom splitter feature from the Google Custom Document AI plugin on Bubble. This feature actually is useful if, for example, you have if you have a file, and within this file you have different documents that you want to split automatically. Let's say you have a file with receipts, invoices, for example, a W2 document, and you want to be able to split them automatically. So what we're going to do is we're going to train a processor on Google, and we're gonna identify the different documents, and that way Google is going to be able to split them automatically. So we're first going to go on the Google Cloud Console. So if you don't already have a project, you can just go on the top left here and create a new project. I already have one which is named the Document AI Document AI project, and we are going to go under the Document AI. So I'm just gonna put it in English. Okay, so now I'm on the Document AI menu. I'm going to go under my processor here, and here I'm going to create a custom processor. Under custom processor, I'm going to create here a create processor. I'm going to name it, so it's splitter custom. I'm going to locate it in the European Union, and I'm going to create it. Okay, so the processor has been created, and now we are going to be able to train the processor. So we're going to go under the subtab train. Here we're just going to click continue. Okay, so here we will have to import the first document to train, and then other documents to test the model that we are going to train. So we're just going to do it on the dashboard of Google Cloud Console. So here, what you will have to do first is you will have to upload some documents in the cloud storage. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So here you're under Google Cloud Storage, you can create a new bucket. Here are already created different buckets for the training sets and the testing sets. So under the split training, for example, you will find different documents that I'm going to use, and same thing here on the split test bucket. So you can just create a new bucket, upload new files. It's fairly easy. Just have to click here under upload files when you are in a bucket. Once you've done this, you can go back to the Document AI dashboard and go back to your processor. And I'm going to train the splitter custom. So let's import the set of files for the training. So split training here. I'm not going to label them because I'm going to do it by hand. And here I'm going to select the training data. So my training set here has been uploaded. So what we're going to do is we're going to label them. So first, I'm first going to show you the documents I have here. So in each of my documents, I have two types, and in each of the file, I have two types of document. The first one is an invoice, for example, here, and the other one are W2 documents. So in my schema here, I'm going to create a new label. The first one is going to be invoice, and the second one is going to be W2. So let's create those, and we're going to save them. Just going to go back here, and let's start labeling the documents. Okay, so here on the first page, here I know it's an invoice, so I'm just gonna, it's already pre-selected, but it's invoice. I'm gonna create here a split because I know here that's the W2 document. So, and I'm going to select also I'm gonna label it here. So let's mark it as labeled. We're gonna do a second one together, and after that I'm just gonna pause it. So here it's an invoice. Once again, I'm gonna split here W2, mark as labeled. Okay, so I'm going to label all the documents, and I'm gonna pause it for a few seconds. So I've labeled all the documents from the training set. We're then going to import new documents for testing testing the model. So I'm going to import the testing set here. I'm not going to auto label it, and I'm going to use them as tests. So one thing that is important information for you is when you are training so a processor for custom splitter. Here, if you want to train the new version, you click here, you will see that sometimes you will not meet all the requirements. And if you click here on to have more information, you can see that you have a few requirements to fulfill in order to be able to train a new version. So here I've just labeled the training sets, and I can see that each label that exists has to be labeled on 2 test documents. So I've uploaded here 3 test documents that I'm going to label, and after that we should meet the requirements to be able to train the new version. So let's do it together. I'm just going to filter them. Okay, let's quickly label them. So here's W2. I'm going to split. It's an invoice. Same here. So that's an invoice. Let's split here. W2. So actually, you can have as many types of documents in a file. I've just chose to put 2 in each of them because it's easier. Okay, so all the documents here have been labeled, the test and the training set, and I'm going to train a new version. So now I should, as you can see, I fulfilled all the requirements to train the model. So I'm going to name it version 1 and start training. So it will take a few minutes, so I'm just going to, so as I said, it's just going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video and take you back whenever the version 1 is trained. So this first version is now trained. We are going to go on manage version in order to deploy it. So let's just select the new version, deploy it. It's going to take a few minutes to deploy, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set this version as default. So the version is now deployed. As I said earlier, we're going to set it as default. I'm just going to paste this ID here. Great. So we are all set on the Google Cloud Console side, and we're going to go on Bubble and see how it is integrated. So on the demo page here, you can see that there is a custom splitter here, and the action has been disabled, but you can still see on the editor page how it is implemented. So I'm just going to show you there are 3 main important steps. The first one is that you have to install 2 types of plugin on your Bubble app. The first one is the get meme type, and the other one is the file to base64. So the first one actually is useful to retrieve the type of file that you are going to send to Google, that Google actually need. And the second one is to transform your file into base64, because you have to send the file into this encoded type. So after those two steps, you can send a request for processing custom splits. And here they request a few information. The first one is the location. That's the processor location. So if we go to our processor detail, here you can see that the region is EU. So it depends on which one you chose. The project ID is going to be, you can find it on the main page. So here it is. I will now retrieve the processor ID. So I will go back to Document AI, my processor. Glitter Custom, and the ID is this one. Okay. So here is for Skip Human Review. You can have a look at the documentation here to have more to know more about it. The meme type. So we retrieve it from the element on the page. Then you have the image content, which is the encoded file into base64. So you're all set, and after that after that you can actually retrieve. So it's going to be a synchronized action. So you will be able to get the result in another step, and for example, save it to your database. Another thing that is that can be interesting for you is that you can enable and disable the processors depending on if it is used or not. Google actually charges you on the time the processor is enabled, and also on the number of files that have been processed. So if you're not using it, or you can actually, if you're not using it, you can disable the processor and enable it whenever it's needed, and you can that way you can actually batch all your files in order to reduce costs. Thank you very much. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and do not hesitate to send me a message on the Crisp chat here on the page if you have any question, or if you need help implementing it, or even more if you need other features concerning this Google Custom Documents AI. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.